She's really frightened. I think probably playing live is probably the most exciting things about it, the best thing about it. I mean, this is a different part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Corrs.
Say it's true, there's nothing like me and you. I'm not alone, tell me you feel it too, and I would run away.
Something distinctive that Ireland has. I mean, it's just we've been immersed in music for a very long time, and I think kids learn instruments quite young, and I think families encourage music a lot.
Our culture and our free time, you know what I mean, and an activity is going to a pub, of course drinking, but while that's going on and talking, there's generally sessions, traditional Irish music playing, or, you know, there's always a tradition in families, you know, if you're having a celebration or whatever, oh, well, look, you get up and sing now, or you get up and play the piano. And that tradition never kind of left, I think, Ireland, you know, and so it is, and you only really realise that when you go to other cities and you realise it's a cafe culture, where people drink coffee and, you know, chat or stuff like that, and pub and talk and music.
You know, we've had bands like U2, we've had the Cranberries, we've had the Clannad, we've had the Chieftains, we've had such a wide range of music that people, I think kids look at that and they go, wait a minute, they did it, you know, maybe we can, you know, go and do it. But it's distinctive as well. There's something distinctive about Irish music.
Very lucky in the sense that we grew up in an extremely musical environment. Both our parents loved and played music. It was actually their part-time job to play music, so we listened to them rehearsing and practicing and listening to types of music that they loved and wanted to cover. So from that sense, from that point of view, we kind of had a unique upbringing, which has benefited us today.
We ended up devoting our life to it because that's what we naturally felt. But sometimes you get such a rush from music and such an emotion, and it's like shivers down your spine. And that's true. And I love that feeling. That feeling is just superb when you hear a really fantastic song.
Watching her life go by, when her days are grey and her nights are black, different shades of mundane, and the one-eyed furry toy that lies upon the bed has often heard her cry, and heard her whisper out a name long forgiven, not forgotten.
Somebody explained to us that the word "corr" in Irish is supposed to mean odd, and we certainly are very odd in the sense that we're still together at this period. It's nuts because it's, you know, we all know it's when you reach 17 or 18, you generally move away from the proverbial nest as such, you know. But we've chosen to stay together and to work together.
I think our chemistry is definitely to do with the fact that we're from the same household, we're different ages, you know, there's the eldest, there's the baby, and there's what's in between, and your different lives, and this kind of, I think that's I think that's a particular chemistry that comes out with you, and it's something that's very hard to put words on, but that's ours.
Yeah, it's a bit mad, but I think that we're lucky that we get on as well as we do. Otherwise, it would be impossible to make this work. And I think that the fact that we're family gives us something that is unique in a lot of ways, that has helped to, I suppose, propel us to the level of success that we've achieved.
Heard that thing that one must be in pain, the artist must be in pain to really find his art, and I find that quite pretentious. I think everybody's got their own pain, and I don't know any one person who is at any moment completely and utterly blissfully happy. I don't think that's what life is about. So I think that's kind of what we pursue is happiness, but you'll always pursue it, and that's why we live. But I think there's people are too made up of too many different things to be completely happy at any moment. But I think you can write songs at both times because you're aware of pain as well.
It's late at night and I'm feeling down. There are couples standing on the street sharing summer kisses and city sky. So I step inside, pour a glass of wine. With a full glass and an empty heart, I search for something to occupy my mind. But you forever in my head. So I leave my bed and I try to dress. Just pulls me into thinking you are there. But you're just in my head.
En typisk Corrs-kund, den syns inte. Den är snabb, intelligent, går direkt till topplistan och plockar ner den därifrån och går ut härifrån. Det tycker vi om. Människor som är självgående.
Vad tror du hon jobbar med?
Det är kanske någon modell, ser det ut som. Fotomodell. Modell.
Modell.
Don't want you for the weekend. Don't want you for a day.
I think it's an incredible asset to the band. The fact that the three girls are very good looking. It's definitely an asset, particularly in this in the popular music age. That's the way that we look at it.
Maybe a model. I don't know.
Skådis.
säkert fotomodell.
And it's flattering that it's perceived in that way, but it's not the secret of our success or anything like that.
I know that the girls are not happy if people tend to dwell on the looks, because there is so much more substance to what we are, and it's not about what you see on the surface. It's not about what you see aesthetically. Vad tror du att hon kan ha för yrke?
Skådespelerska. Fotomodell. Det vanliga, fotomodell kanske.
Eller någon sån här som har gjort någonting med läpparna så att hon blev vacker eller något. Hon har sån här plutemun.
It's something that the other people are obviously more aware of than we are. Because, I mean, we're just here doing our music, you know, and I mean, we do make ourselves look nice for TV and all, like, it is show business and everything like that, but the reason we're doing this is because we write songs and we're musicians and we've made albums.
Skulle kunna vara en av tjejerna i The Corrs.
Sandra är cool.
Från Irland, ja, de är väldigt bra. Jag gillar dem, jag gillar deras musik.
I'm just trying to write a song. It's just an idea. Might turn it into a song at a later stage. We were so nervous because it was the biggest gig that we've ever headlined. We left the backstage area, the dressing rooms, and we couldn't see the crowd. And we walked towards the ramp which led up onto the stage. And as we were walking up on the ramp, one of the wings, a load of people on one of the wings saw us and started to roar. At that point, I got an unbelievable adrenaline rush, and we were all kind of like headless chickens up on the stage behind the closed curtains saying, you know, God, what are we doing here? When the curtains came back, it just was, it was euphoric. It was quite emotional to see the crowd and to experience the feedback. It was fantastic.
You're only just a dreamboat sailing in my hand. You swim by secret oceans of coral blue and red. Your smell is incense burning. Your touch is silken, yeah. It reaches through.
I couldn't possibly have done that, did I? I mean, oh my God. I mean, we just look so small and they look so big.
For me, it was like doing the bungee jump, which I did once before. The adrenaline rush was kind of similar to that.
This one is an album that is written by a band 2 years later than the one before, kind of. I think that's, you know, so you've 2 years more of experiences and you were growing up all the time. I think it's probably more mature.
It's not romantic here in blue. Swimming in blue.
We started almost writing the songs before we had to for this album, and because we wanted to, and it came about very, very naturally.
So soon goodbye, you stole my heart. I'm believing you.
Often that's how a song would come about, where you're just doodling at chords or some sort of a structure, chordally. You know, and you know, it can come out of anywhere. It rarely comes out of pressure, that's for sure. Just you can be very relaxed and just sit down and start playing.
Yeah, I mean, you do have life experiences while you do this job, believe it or not, you know, to derive inspiration from, and that's really what we do, you know.
It takes a weak heart to forget. Follow through. When my body's weak, so just give me a reason. And my makeup's off, so just give me a reason. My defense is down, so just give me a reason. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. The daylight's fading slowly, but time with you is standing still.
We've never had a #1 single. It was a real thrill when it happened. I mean, we found out on Sunday after doing a really huge gig in Hyde Park in London, and we found out we were #1, so we celebrated.
I'm losing will to try. Can't hide it, can't fight it. So go on, come on, leave me breathless. Tempt me, tease me, until I can't deny this is love and feeling. Make me long for your kiss. So yeah, come on.
It was well over 100 degrees, and we were videoing in the scorching heat with also lights. So, I mean, it's ridiculous to think you're in the desert in the heat, and then you also have full stage lights on you as well. So, I mean, it was absolutely scorching. Too hot.
I need somehow. It's like a dream. Although I'm not as
It was a 2-day shoot, and by 6 o'clock by the second day we were all pretty tired at that stage. So, but two of the girls felt even more tired and kind of suffered from heat exhaustion, and they they could hardly get up, so they had to be taken up to hospital to be checked. They were fine anyway. It was just overheat and a lack of minerals in the body, you know, and stuff like that. But they were fine the next day.
come on, leave me breathless. Go on, come on, leave me breathless. Go on.
We'd like to help you celebrate your 10 years together by presenting you with this beautiful plaque in recognition of 10 million sales in Europe.
Wow.
That is brilliant. 10 years, 10 million.
I suppose it's affected our lives to a certain extent, but it certainly hasn't. We haven't chosen to revolutionize our lives because we happen to have, you know, some more money or whatever. You know, we haven't decided to make that change. The greatest thing about this is, and the most worthwhile thing, is the fact that you're creating something. It's incredibly fulfilling, the fact that it's appreciated by people en masse.
Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it.
When you're starting out, you're screaming out for publicity, and one of the things we were asked to do by the company in Los Angeles was to actually go and sing at about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning and serenade this girl in the pouring rain outside her house. You know, things like that. I think that's one of the worst things we've ever had to do. But thankfully that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, thunder only happens when it's raining. The players only love you when they're playing. Yeah, women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. You know.
there's plenty of things that we'd like to fulfill, I'm sure, personally. I mean, we're human, you know, and there's a lot to do. I mean, we're young, you know, and be that as normal as what everybody else does is. There's big things in life that we have to go through, yeah. But I mean, I do think there's one thing that we are fulfilling, and that's what we want musically, and that's this picture right now, you know.
Well, I mean, it'll also be a dream to have a family at some stage and to have a, you know,
Another family, different one.
to have some sort of stability. That I think that is a dream at some stage, not right now, but that will be a dream. Yes, because I think everybody wants to have a child or family or, you know, things like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.